100,000 compounded in a money market fund account for 20 years plus some contributions of 1,000 only in the same money market fund account for 20 years. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this investment is more of a retirement plan whereby you project in the next 20 years, you want some funds. Probably you are 40 years of age right now, you are 30 years of age, or whichever age you are, and you want in the next 20 years, you'll be having some money that you have just given your minimal effort of contributing 1,000, and of course you had some initial investment of 100K. How much do you expect at the end of 20 years? That is, if you count right now, is December 2045. This one is going to require some discipline because contributing 1,000 Kenya shillings for every month in the next 20 years, of course, you require some discipline. But all in all, let's see how much you expect at the end of 20 years. All right. Now, we are going to have two aspects here. The initial investment of 100,000, and we are going to have the second concept of 1,000 Kenya shillings compounded, because it's the 100,000 is not going to be compounded the same way as the amount of money that you are contributing each and every month. Okay, so we are saying future value is equals to amount 1 plus effective annual interest rate of return raised to power n. And therefore, effective annual interest rate of return is equals to 1 plus r over f raised to power n, no, raised to power f minus 1, whereby frequency of compounding is equals to 365 days. Required rate of return, we are going to take 0.1 to, that is 12%, assuming that all everything is held constant. Then amount is our present value. Amount is our present value, which is 100,000. So let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. So effective annual interest rate of return is equals to 1 plus 0.12 divided by frequency 365, and then raised to power frequency 365 minus 1. This is just a formula to do compounding. This is a compounding formula to find out the future values of investments. This is just a compounding formula. So if I kukushtua, so this is 0.12 divided by 365 plus 1 raised to power 365, then minus 1. So our effective annual interest rate of return, we are going to get 0.1275. All right, 0.1275. Remember, our future value was our present value into brackets 1 plus effective annual interest rate of return, raised to power n. And n here we are talking about 20 years. So here we are going to take future value is equals to present value, which is equals to 100K. All right, 1 plus effective annual interest rate of return, of course we have it here, 0.1275. Then raised to power n is 20 years. So our future value after 20 years, we are going to get, if you multiply this by, if you take 1 plus 0.1275, you get 1.1275 raised to power 20, and then you multiply by 100,000. You are going to get 1,102,379. Ladies and gentlemen, the figures that I normally obtain here are not the exact figures, but they approximate to. At least if 12% is maintained, if we don't get less than 12% and more, we expect to at least a million is guaranteed. But if 12% goes lower, then we can even get less than 1 million. But this one is just an approximation, so it's not the exact figure. Even if you go to money market fund calculators, you are going to get a figure, but those figures are projected figures. It's not exactly what you are going to get. 20 years is a long period of time, so the market conditions, the risks and everything might affect the interest rates and the outcomes of investments. All right, so be very careful about that. Now we have compounded our 100,000 that you invested as the initial investment. Now let's compound the 1,000 that you are contributing every month. Very fast, ladies and gentlemen, future value is equal to present value. then we are going to say 1 plus r raised to power n minus 1 divided by r. That is the formula for compounding annuities, because you are saying that you are contributing 1,000 every month, and for 1 year that is 12,000, and 12,000 is an annuity. So this is the formula for compounding annuities. So future value is equals to present value, which is 1,000 Kenya shillings, then 1 plus required rate of return, we are going to take 0.01. I'll explain where I took 0.01. Then raised to power n, of course, n is 20 years times 12, because here we are compounding in terms of months. All right, so we need to convert years into months. That is 20 years times 12 months. That is raised to power 240 months. You realize 20 years have 240 months. Then minus 1 divided by required rate of return is 0.01. Where did I get 0.01? Remember, we are working with 12% divided by 12 to get the interest rate of 1 month, which is equals to 1%. And if I convert this one to decimal places, it's going to be 0.01. So hope you understand that. That is where our 0.01 came from. Now, compounding this, ladies and gentlemen, what do we get? This is 1.01 raised to power 240, and then minus 1. Then we divide by 0.01. Then we multiply by 1,000. All right. Then we get 989,255. So our total investment, or what our total outcome total, you are going to get 989,255 plus our initial investment here 11,02,379. 11,02,379. So what do we get here? Plus 11,02,379. So we get 2.09 or 2.1 million. So we are going to get an approximate of 2.1 million after 20 years when you invest 100,000 in a money market fund account as your initial investment, and you contribute 1,000, just 1,000 Kenya shillings every month for the next 20 years. Now, let's see the total contribution. 1 times 12 is equals to 12K times 20 years is equals to how many? 12 times 20 years is equals to 240,000. 240,000 plus initial investment, initial outlay of 100K plus 240. So you have contributed a total of 340K. So your 340K have been compounded to 2.1 million within an investment period of 20 years. Is it not amazing, or is it amazing? Because me, I think it's amazing, depending that here you are just contributing and keeping quiet. Unarusha tu kadhao, unanyamaza, unasahau, unarusha, unanyamaza. It becomes a habit, like brushing your teeth in the morning, all right? And after 20 years, this is what you get. Ladies and gentlemen, this is John Mweri, professional accountant. Thank you for watching this video with Xfinop Accountancy and Insurance Consultancy. And in case you need anything, just call me or text me. Put your comments on the comment section. We meet in our next video.